Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana
Yamuna Tira Vanachat Yamuna Tira Vanachat Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Nitagara Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitagara Hari Bol.
कुछ बिहारी की
जय
ऋषि गौर निताई की
जय
सदगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की
जय
श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय
हरि
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 बोल
जय
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण
We are continuing studying from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 5, Creative Impetus, and Chapter 5 entitled Lord Rishabdev's Teachings, and text number 22. 24. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
वासुदेवाय
Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
वासुदेवाय
Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
वासुदेवाय
Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudhire.
Tato Jayamudire
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nasapriyashu Bhattreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam
नित्यं
Bhagavata
भागवत
Sevaya
Bhagavati
सेवया
Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Uttama
भगवतोत्तम
Sloke
श्लोके
Bhakti Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati
भक्तिर्भवति
Nayastiki.
नैष्ठिकी
Hare Krishna.
Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्ण
So today the verse is 24. Dhrita tanurme ushati me purani.
Prita Tanur Sati
धृतातनुरुषति
Me
मे
Purani
पुराणे
Dhrita tanur ushati me purani.
Prita Tanur Sati Me Purani
Yene hasatvam paramam pavitram.
Yene Hasatvam Paramam
परमं
Pavitram
Yene
पवित्रम्
hasatvam paramam pavitram.
Yene
येने
Hasatvam
हसत्वं
Paramam
परमं
Pavitram
पवित्रम्
Samodama satyamanugrahascha.
Samodama
समोदमा
Satyam
सत्यम्
Manugrahascha
Samodama satyamanugrahascha.
Samodama
अनुग्रहश्च
Satyam Manugrahascha
Tapastitikshanubhavascha yatra.
Tapasitikshanubhavascha yatra
Tapastitikshanubhavascha yatra.
Tapasitikshanubhavascha
अनुभवत्र
Dhritātanurusati me purani.
Tanurusati me Purani
Yene
पुराणे
hasatvam paramam pavitram.
Yene Hasatvam Paramam
परमं
Pavitram
पवित्रम्
Samodama satyamanograhascha.
Samodama Satyam Manugrahascha
अनुग्रहश्च
Tapastitikshanubhavascha yatra.
Tapasitikshanubhavascha yatra
अनुभवश्च
Dhritātanurusati me purani.
Dhita Tanurusati me Purani
Yene hasatvam paramam pavitram.
Yene Hasatvam Paramam Pavitram
पवित्रम्
Samodama satyam anugrahascha.
Samodama
मोदमः
Satyam Manugrahascha
सत्यमनुग्रहस्य
Anubhavascha yatra.
Tapasitikshanubhavascha yatra
तपस्तितिक्षानुबन्धुश्च यत्र
Tanurusati
धृतातनुषु
me Purani
पुराणे
येना सत्वं परं पवित्रम् शमोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च तपस्तितिक्षानुभावश्च यत्र गीता तनुरुसति मे पुराणी येन सत्वं परमं पवित्रम् शमोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र गीता तनुरुसति मे पुराणी येन सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
समोदमा सत्यम
शमोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र गीता तनुरुसति मे पुराणी सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
सत्वम परमं पवित्रम समोदमा
अनुग्रहश्च
समोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र
धृता तनुरुशती मे पुराणी
गीता तनुरुसति मे पुराणी
येने सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
येनेह सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
शमोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च
शमोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र
धृता तनुरुशति मे पुराणी
गीता तनुरुसति मे पुराणी
येनेह सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
येनेह सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
शमोदमः सत्यमनुग्रहश्च
समोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र गीता तनुरुसति मे पुराणी
धृता तनुरुशति मे पुराणी
येनेह सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
येनेह सत्वं परमं पवित्रम्
समोदमा सत्यम् अनुग्रहश्च
समोदमा सत्यमनुग्रहश्च
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र
तपस्तितिक्षानुभवश्च यत्र
हरे कृष्ण।
हे कृष्ण।
Thank you. We'll read now word to word. Drita, maintained by transcendental education.
Maintained by transcendental education.
Tanuho, body.
Body.
Usati,
Usati,
free from material contamination.
free from material contamination.
May,
My,
Purani,
eternal.
Yena,
My home.
By whom?
Iha,
In this material world.
in this material world.
Sattvam,
Sattvam,
the mode of goodness.
the mode of goodness.
Paramam,
Paramam,
supreme.
supreme.
Pavitram,
Pavitram,
purified.
purified.
Shama,
Samaha,
control of the mind.
control of the mind.
Damaha,
Damaha,
control of the senses.
control of the senses.
Satyam,
Satyam,
truthfulness.
truthfulness.
Anugraha,
Anugraha,
mercy.
mercy.
Cha,
Cha,
and
and
tapaha,
tapaha,
austerity.
austerity.
Tiksha,
Titisha,
tolerance.
tolerance.
Anubhava,
Anubhava,
realization of God
Realization
and
of
the
God
living
realization of
entity.
God and the living entity.
Cha,
Cha,
yatra,
and
wherein.
wherein.
The translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Can you repeat the translation after me? The Vedas are my eternal transcendental sound vibration.
The Vedas are my
Eternal
transcendental sound
sound
incarnation.
incarnation.
Therefore, the Vedas
Therefore, the
are
Vedas
Shuddha Brahma.
Are
are
Sabda
Sabda
Brahma.
In this world,
In this
the
world,
Brahmanas
the
the
Brahmanas
thoroughly
Brahmanas
study all the Vedas
thoroughly study all the
all the
Vedas,
Vedas,
because
and
and
to
because
because
assimilate the Vedic conclusions,
they
they
assimilate
assimilate
the
the
Vedic
Vedic
conclusions,
conclusions,
they are also
they
they
are
are
to be
also
also
considered
to
to
be
be
considered
considered
as personified.
the
the
Vedas
Vedas
personified.
The Brahmanas
The
The
Brahmanas
are
Brahmanas
situated in the supreme transcendental mode of nature,
are
are
situated in the
situated
supreme
in the supreme
transcendental mode of
transcendental
nature.
mode of nature,
Sattva Guna.
Tattva Guna.
Guna.
Because of this,
Because
Because of
of
they are
this,
fixed
this,
in mind control,
they
they
are
are
fixed in
fixed in
mind
mind
control,
Dhamma,
control,
Dhamma,
sense
Dhamma,
control,
sense
sense control,
control,
Dhamma,
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 and truthfulness.
and
and
truthfulness,
truthfulness,
Satya.
Satya.
They describe the Vedas
They
they
describe
describe
the
the
in their
Vedas
Vedas
original sense,
in their
in their
original
and
original
sense,
out of
sense.
mercy,
and out
And
of
out of
mercy,
mercy,
Anugraha, they
Anugraha,
Anugraha,
preach
they
they
the
preach
preach
purpose of the Vedas
the purpose
the
of the
purpose of the
to
Vedas
all
Vedas
conditioned souls.
to
to all
all
conditioned
conditioned
They
souls.
souls.
practice penance,
They
They
practice
practice
penance,
penance,
tapasya,
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 and tolerance,
and
and
tolerance,
tolerance,
diksha.
titiksha,
They
titiksha,
realize the position
and
and
they
they
realize the
realize the
of
position
the
position
living entity
of the
of the
living
living
and
entity
entity
the Supreme Lord.
and the
and the
Supreme
Supreme
Lord.
Lord,
Anubhava.
Anubhava.
These are the 8 qualifications
These
These
are
are
the
the 8
eight
of
qualifications
qualifications
the Brahmanas.
of
of
the
the
Brahmanas.
Brahmanas.
Therefore,
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 among all living entities,
among
among
all
all
living
living
no
entities,
one is
entities,
superior to the Brahmanas.
no
no
one
one
is
is
superior to
superior to
the
the
Brahmana.
Brahmanas.
Here the puppet. This is a true description of a Brahmana. A Brahmana is one who has assimilated the Vedic conclusions by practicing mind and sense control. He speaks the true version of all the Vedas. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 15 chapter 15 verse, Vedascha sarvair aham eva vedyah. By studying all the Vedas, one should come to understand the transcendental position of Lord Sri Krishna. One who actually assimilated the essence of the Vedas can preach the truth. He is compassionate to conditioned souls who are suffering the threefold miseries of this conditioned world due to their not being Krishna conscious. A Brahmana should take pity on the people and preach Krishna consciousness in order to elevate them. Sri Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, personally descends into this universe from the spiritual kingdom to teach conditioned souls about the values of spiritual life. He tries to induce them to surrender unto him. Similarly, the Brahmanas do the same thing. After assimilating the Vedic instructions, they assist the Supreme Lord in his endeavor to deliver conditioned souls. The Brahmanas are very dear to the Supreme Lord due to their high sattva guna qualities. Due to their high sattva guna qualities. And they also engage in welfare activities for all conditioned souls in the material world. So that is the end of property. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swavadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sargana Lalita Shri Vishakhan He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Upesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namokte Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
So today's verse, Drita Tanur Ushati Me Purani Yene Hasatvam Paramam Pavitram Shamodamaha Satyam Anugrahascha Tapas Titikshanubhavascha Yatra. Translation: the Vedas are my eternal transcendental sound incarnation. Therefore, the Vedas are Shabda Brahma. In this world, the Brahmanas thoroughly study all the Vedas, and because they assimilate the Vedic conclusions, they are also to be considered the Vedas personified. The Brahmanas are situated in the supreme transcendental mode of nature, Sattva Guna. Because of this, they are fixed in mind control, Shama, sense control, Dhamma, and truthfulness, Satya. They describe the Vedas in their original sense, and out of mercy, Anugraha, they preach the purpose of the Vedas to all conditioned souls. They practice penance, tapasya, and tolerance, tiksha, and they realize the position of the living entity and the Supreme Lord, Anubhava. These are the 8 qualifications of the Brahmanas. Therefore, among all living entities, no one is superior to the Brahmanas. So this is translation of today's words. We are still in the, as we see this chapter is Lord Rishabdev's teachings. So these are some of very important instructions have been given here, and Prabhupada has quoted. I think in one of the classes I was researching that what is that Prabhupada quoted most. So Rishabdev's teachings is, I think, up top 5. So Rishabdev is 3rd or 2nd. So Prabhupada quoted so profusely these instructions, and these are basically for the living entities who are suffering in conditioned life. And here in this verse, if you see, we are discussing about one particular ashram, Brahmanas, and Lord is saying that, as we know, Lord is Shabda Brahma, and Brahmanas are also Vedas personified. So it doesn't mean they are also as equal to as Brahmana, but it means that they have assimilated, they have first studied, understood, and assimilated the knowledge. And what is the real assimilation of Vedas is, they have to come to the conclusion of Vedaisha Sarvait Aham Eva Vedya. If we don't come to that conclusion, which is not today, if you see, by birth, there are so many Brahmanas in India. I have some of those friends. For birth purpose, for all other practical purposes, they call themselves Brahmans, but unfortunately, they don't even know what is Brahmana. Like the basic definition of Brahmana, Prabhupada quotes is Brahma Jana Iti Brahmana, Janat Iti Brahmana. So one who has understanding of Brahman and understanding of Supreme Brahman is Brahmana. So when I heard this, or when I learned this, so I was talking to one of my friends who was actually practices everything, but just want to test because I was new. I want to test the knowledge. I asked him, "Do you know what is Brahman?" He said, "What is that?" So that, and then obviously now by birth, people are by birth they take it Brahmana, and Prabhupada, even Krishna in 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita says, Chatur Varna Maya system Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So these 4 Varnas are created, but they are not created based on Janma, but they are created on Guna and Karma. If we have Gunas of those quality, if living entity has got Guna Brahmana, even though he is born in a Chandala family, he can be accepted as a Brahmana. And when I was doing research on this verse, I've gone through many Prabhupada's quotes where Prabhupada very emphatically says that even a person born in any other family other than Brahmana, but if he has got qualities and if he has performing activities like that, then they must be accepted Brahmana. And if someone is born in a Brahmana family, but he doesn't have those qualities, then they are as more as we can take them as Brahma Bandhus, not Brahmana. Now, this simple understanding sometimes people miss, and then there is a lot of chaos and so much of fight was going on for generations. Now it's still going on anyway. So, but again, who is Brahmana? Here, the 8 qualifications of Brahmana where Rishabdev was speaking, even in Bhagavad Gita when you read, Krishna talks about the qualities of Brahmana, where he Shama, Dama, Satyam, Shaucham, all these things, Arjavam, these things are mentioned. So what is Shama means? Is one who is fixed in mind control. Now this is it's one quality itself today for many of the living entities will fail at. How many of us actually can control our minds? You will sit in meditation, sitting in chant, I want to chant Hare Krishna without distraction, but so much of mind distractions happening. But if you are able to bring that back and trying to focus, that's still glorious. But sometimes while chanting, this mind takes somewhere and we all go around all of the universe and then come back and you realize the chanting is done, finish. That's mind control. So mind control is where many of the living in despair. Recently, we were cultivating one family. They were going everywhere, but somehow they got interested in Bhagavad Gita and they used to attend our club programs. But unfortunately, in India, there are so many shops out there, so many shops of spiritual enlightenment. So they somehow hooked to something, and they started following their that process. They took initiation. Said, okay, no problem. Okay, that was good. Said we are setting up some meditation program. Our house, we are revamping it, and we want to make some meditation. Anyone can sit and meditate. So I said that's good. So I was trying to find out what is the purpose, and that devotee says now that we have this Bhagavatam set. We want to donate it. I said, is it extra set or is it your set? I said, no, it is my set. Anyway, I'm not reading. I don't have time. I don't want to waste. I want to give it to someone who want to read. Now, see, you have got at least 4-bedroom houses, right? I know they are bigger than that. So, how much Bhagavatam takes space in the house? No, she can't. And then I said, okay, if I force too much, then probably it is more offensive. I said, okay, no problem, I'll take. At least someone who may be interested, who is not able to afford, we can give the set to. But this is the problem. They come to in one lecture I was hearing, who is the most unfortunate? The people who don't get, the unfortunate people is those who don't get the opportunity to serve Krishna or hear about Krishna. But more unfortunate are those who come in Krishna consciousness, still they live for which is not even worth of. And when I was seeing, I was really disappointed because we have spent few years cultivating them and they were coming to, chanting 1 or 2 rounds. It was very happy. But suddenly when this kind of thing happens, it is like we have to do more hard work. Because somehow our ISKCON, things are very straightforward. We don't dilute, but it doesn't matter. You chant 2 rounds or 4 rounds, no problem, we'll get in. We don't do it. We have strict things. And many other sampradayas or many other these places, we don't have anything. Even you chant whatever for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you'll get initiation. And people are proud. Yesterday, you met that person. He was saying, he was glorifying. I said, yes, glorification is good, but what is that in reality they have? Now, for people, and he was saying that he changed the whole world. I said, that's something too much. You should not be speaking so much. And then that means, now today we have multimedia, this social media everywhere, people are watching. But what Prabhupada has done, there is no comparing. There was no social media, no internet, no mobile phone. Still in 60 years now, if you see, it's spread. And even though the system of the sadhana, what we have is little stronger or little tougher for others compared to other sampradayas, but still it's going on. That is the glory. That is the power of Prabhupada. Now you can come and you do this, you do that, you do some meditation, I'll give you initiation. Now people fall for it. And because they are very famous social media stars, the thing he is speaking, he's very special, he's very famous means he must be very famous and purity doesn't go together, right? It may be, but now that's what's happening. So the point I was saying is mind control. So mind control, and of course, this lady is saying that we want to have this meditation. I said, are you really serious? Chanting itself is difficult. Reading Bhagavatam is very easy. When you're reading, at least your mind is not going anywhere. How can you sit for 1 hour and chant, meditate? Is it practically possible? So no, we have got some. So with all the best. So at least you are in some path. Stop other nonsense thing. Just stick to that. That will be good. So it's mind control. And if even somehow we have some techniques of controlling mind, how about control senses? It's more alluring. We fall for again and again and again and again, and that's Dhamma is very, very difficult. You know, people, they have this, sometimes they eat something which is not palatable, which is not good for them, because they can't say no. When they come back, they suffer. Then again, when they see, they can't stop. I was meeting one person. He was a very big time gambler. And he's saying, asking me some, because he saw that I'm little spiritual. He was asking something. I said, I just wanted to check with him how does he got into it? He said, I don't have any addictions. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have those things, but I like to go for horse racing. I said, that's a greater addiction than this. He said, how can you say that? I said, how much money you lost? That says how many times you go there. That's sense control. And when it comes to the sense control, these addictions, people can give up smoking, they can give up drinking, eating meat, but giving up gambling is very difficult. And I have experienced that. No experience, not me, but in my vicinity, I had few people. He lost whole of his salary. Still, he didn't stop. He put some more credit, and then when he lost that, then he called his friends, please come and save him, rescue him. Some of friends went and saved him. Then he came back again. Then the prince has to call the parents and say, this fellow, you are thinking he's abroad, he's doing work and earning money, but this is what he's doing. Please take some money from him. Whole money, whole salary. It's such a great addiction. And it says in Los Angeles, where people, when they live in hotels, they wantedly leave pure oxygen. Pure oxygen makes people not sleep. So when you don't sleep, you are just tossing and turning. So you just want to get up and walk around. And when you walk around, what do you see? Some different types of gambling. This is how now, even though we want to control, the material world doesn't want us to control. You enjoy more. You have more, even when we were young, we used to see these ads of cigarettes. Person who's smoking cigarettes, he has got everything. This big car is there, beautiful woman is there, lot of wealth is there. How come cigarette advertisement is related to all these things? Just to show that the one who smokes is a very cool fellow. You can also smoke, you can also have it. But people lose this. So sense control, out of question. And truthfulness, they say that in Satyuga, word, when they speak word, it is like writing on a rock. It will never go. But in Kali Yuga, words are writing on a sand near the shore. By the time you finish, it will wiped already. And truthfulness is that's why today we need paperwork, everything. And the paperwork, they made it so complicated that we don't even read. We don't understand and think, okay, because I deal with this homelands and all. Recently, one lady, she called me and said, I'm buying this house, can you please look into it? I said, see, legally I can't do, the loan wise I can help you. But this lady, she just signed one place. She thought she signed one, but the contractor, she got many other places, and she told her to pay 10% of the deposit, which is $60,000. I said, why? You have not done anything. Why you have to pay 60,000? I said, they told me, Mukesh, I just gave $500. I said, look, you can do with $500 or $1,000. You don't have to pay 60,000. And this lady was pushing her, please do it. There is another person waiting, another person waiting. I said, tell her to wait. till Monday, we will look into it. And then, because there's so many documents are there, there are some clauses we miss out. That is what, that's truth. For them it's true, but for us, we don't take, how many of us actually read the whole contract? Many times we don't even understand what is there in the contract. That's why we have to hire a lawyer. And this lady came and said, Mukesh, this is what happened. I said, what to do? Now you go. Luckily, when the inspection was happened, then it said that there was a termite, the whole house was contaminated by termite. I said, there's a good excuse, get out of the contract. And even some of when I get the documents of loans, I see that why you have to make so much complicated. And coming back to the truthfulness of spirituality, so I remember Prabhu was saying the truthfulness is there unless we speak Krishna's words as it is. That is a real truthfulness. If you just try to change a little bit, then the truthfulness is lost. But because of Prabhupada and Prabhupada's followers, they kept this knowledge intact. That's why still this is running. And as the followers, we have a great heritage, and at the same time we have got great responsibility to continue this truthfulness. And then they describe the Vedas in their original sense. And yes, we have to describe, like Prabhupada, here in this verse, if you look at it, Vedesha Sarva, immediately wherever Prabhupada finds important thing, he just brings it. That the supremacy of Lord and why it is there, and he quotes the verses and makes covering that this is what. So they have to describe it perfectly and give with reference. And out of mercy, Anugraha, they preach also. And because we are in this mission of Prabhupada or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they are all Goshtyan in this. So we have a very great responsibility of taking this knowledge. And I was hearing one senior devotee, was a big time preacher. He was saying that I don't preach, I share the Krishna consciousness to others. Preaching was done by Prabhupada, we just share it. That is a very nice way of looking at understanding things. It brings us humility. So, and why devotees does? Because of Anugraha. They want to show mercy. Otherwise, what is the hope? As this person who was a gambler, I told that, yes, whatever knowledge I have understood, I got it from books of Prabhupada. I just gave him some advice. Let's hope, and then I pray for Krishna that take care of him. Because at least when I see now, after some time, these many years, people think that he is there in ISKCON for so long means he might be very intellectual. So many times people come with some such advices. So I come across some of those things and I feel very fortunate to be in this movement. I am telling you, I can't trust how much great support system we have. We may have devotees, we may have differences, but the support system, what Prabhupada has been through ISKCON is unbelievable. And we cannot fathom actually. When I was talking to this person, he has so much depression that after some time I started feeling his depression. And I shared with one of our devotees. He said, stay away from him. You guide him, but then stay away. Because that's how the people are in this world. No help, no support, no hope. That's why this Krishna conscious knowledge is much more important, much more relevant now than ever before. It will be more relevant even in future also, but it's very relevant. One lady, again, she's Western nurse. She was going through a lot of, job, other relationships. Her brother died, her father died, so she was very emotionally attached. And then at work, she was facing some more problems from the boss, and she don't know what to do. So somehow one of our devotee gave her book. And the good part of this Westerners is, if you give them book, they read. And they read, they'll ask questions. And she had so many questions in Bhagavad Gita. She said, I want to talk. So I was speaking, then I realized, and then she was sharing her problems. asking for some solution. I gave some solution. Then after some time, I saw that she was not even listening. Because the same question she's asking in different ways. I was thinking I already answered this thing, but that means the hearing, their speaking faculty is working, hearing faculty gone. Because again, the supposition is not there. So that's why when I see the preaching, the point I was saying, preaching is very important. While we are preaching, yes, if they become Krishna consciousness, it's not our target that yes, we want to make 10,000 devotees. No, if we can make them favorable to Krishna conscious, Krishna, Krishna will take care of. And when I see these people now, I realize why many of our, even ISKCON sannyasis and other devotees, they are doing indirect preaching. Particularly people are relationships. One person was saying, this is very humorous. One boy who was chanting 16 rounds, he came and he said, he was taking counseling from a brahmachari, saying that I had a breakup. Can you please give me some? So now he thought he's 17 years old. He's born in a devotee family. Right from childhood, he has taken Krishna consciousness, chanting 16 rounds. He has this problem. Then where is the point of brahmacharya now? And now it may be alarming for all of us when I told the last 10 years, there are hardly any brahmacharis joined ISKCON. They are struggling now. The brahmacharis, because where is the point now? 17 years old boy, devotee child, he says, I was in a relationship. So again, that's sense controls are not there because it's very open, everyone can do. So that's why the preaching, this sadhus, Prabhupada or this sadhus, they do this preaching is just to teach us the purpose of the human form of life. It's very easily said than done. We say Krishna consciousness, take up Krishna consciousness, Jivera Swarupa Krishna Tadas. We can all say, but actually, can we realize it? Even before preaching them, making them convinced, are we convinced? Yes, we say, yes, I am a Das. My name is Das, so I am a Das, yes. But I am Das by name or I am Das by character also. Like for this, I was hearing one of the Tamal Krishna Maharaj devotee was offering. He said, at night, when we hit the bed and if we don't sleep, that means we have left some energy which is unconsumed. That much of cheating we have done to Krishna. It means the moment we should work so hard, we do either studies or work or business, we should, and Krishna conscious, but when you hit the bed, you should sleep. And the energy is not spent is cheating to Krishna. That's very high level. But thing is, that's what Maharaj is. He lived that life like that. So now then they practice penance. Here we see penance and titiksha, they have to be very tolerant. So intolerant, I was hearing a few years ago when His Holiness Devamrit Maharaj was in Rath Yatra, and there we have ISKCON teams where they do kirtan and chant. They're dancing, and Maharaj was chanting. They were dancing. One of the local maybe policemen, he came and he gave a tight slap on the face of Devamrit Maharaj. Now, imagine there are other devotees, maybe some disciples who are standing. What would have happened? And Maharaj, of course, some devotees they try to retaliate, but then Maharaj told them to stop. That is tolerance. But if someone want to speak of hitting, even when we're driving, someone overpasses, immediately we have this Ravan comes from us, we either honk or we show whatever, that anger comes. Are we really tolerant? That is excess of tolerance. And they realize the position of living entity and the Supreme Lord, and that is Anubhava, realization. So because of all these qualifications, they have Shama, Dhamma, they study the scriptures, they assimilate the knowledge, they practice Satyam, they show mercy, they practice tapasya and titiksha. So then they are able to experience the living entity and the Lord's relationship. And when the living entity comes to that stage where he is experiencing, then he becomes a sincere devotee. That's what in 7th canto it says, even a Brahmana may have all good qualities, all these qualities, but one quality if you don't have, then he is not a Brahmana. And that is surrendering to Krishna. 7th chapter, 7th canto, 9th chapter. It's a surrendering to Krishna. Atmatvam. There it says if a living entity is not surrendering, even though he has got all these practices, he has done all these qualities, he has got all qualities, but if surrendering to Krishna is missing, then he is not a real Brahman. And that great pastime, Prabhupada, we hear when His Holiness Indra Maharaj happened to go with Prabhupada on the flight once, and others were somehow got held back. So Prabhupada went ahead with Indra Maharaj, and in the check-in, when they were checking in, so Prabhupada had one small bag. That security fellows, sometimes they are grumpy. They see so many people coming, and they got. So this fellow very rudely said, "Prabhupada, open this box. What is there?" And Prabhupada is an old man, so he's trying to open, but somehow it's not opening. So Indra Maharaj was witnessing. Again, he told very loudly and rudely, "Old man, open this box. What is there in it?" And he was thinking that Prabhupada was hiding something. And obviously there is Prabhupada is Indian, so probably he's a racist also, don't know. So when the second time, Indra Maharaj couldn't tolerate. And then he told that if you speak like this to my Guru once again, I'll break your face. And Maharaj is like 6 foot tall, and he stands there with that body. This person immediately went back and said, "I thought you are very peace-loving people. You are very simple people. You will also do." And he said, "Yes, we are generally peace-loving, but if someone talks to my Guru, my spiritual master like this, we will hit." So then finally, Indra Maharaj opened the box, and they saw it and let them go. That time, Prabhupada told Indra Maharaj that, see, non-devotees cannot have any good qualities. So Indra Maharaj thought, okay, he wrote in his book. Then they walked for somewhat a distance. Then Prabhupada again told, non-devotees will never have good qualities. Prabhupada, he thought, okay, Prabhupada emphasizing second time is very important. He said, okay, my Prabhupada. Again, when he went to the flight, he turned back and said, see, non-devotees can never have any good qualities. 3 times. Then he said, why? Because they may have good qualities as long as they are not surrendering to Krishna, as long as they don't believe in God and surrender to Krishna. These qualities are like pouring on material play. They might look good, but when the real challenge comes, the real qualities comes up. See, this is the quality. And then Indra Maharaj, the 3rd time I understood what Prabhupada meant. Yeah. So quality means it's surrendering to Krishna. If we don't surrender to Krishna, we can have all the good qualities, but it is all, somewhere it says that it's like a decoration to a dead body. So we don't want to be that. We want to have real decoration. We want to be ornament for Krishna, become ornament through our bhakti. In one class I was hearing, he said, this life is a present to us by Krishna, but when we leave this life nicely, that is our present to Krishna. So whatever days, whatever months, whatever years we have, if we can live focusing, thinking that how can I be a good present to Krishna? That depends on how we practice our Krishna consciousness. And I was taking some counseling, some advice from one devotee, and he said, how can I please my Guru? And he said, pleasing Guru means he wants all the disciples to be happy in Krishna consciousness. Not grumpy, not having any offenses. Don't have any grudges. So that's very, when he said it in one line, it's easy, okay, happy. But how to be happy? When we come to temple, we have many differences, conflicts with one another. But still in the conflicts, we have to have that soothing thing where we can actually serve together. One person, one of our devotees was mentioning that when I'm at home, I feel I'm the greatest devotee because I have a very great scholarship. I can recite shlokas, I can explain philosophy in very nicely. I can recite, I can cook, I can do this, I can do that. But all these things will make all these things when you are at home, it will make you proud. But when you come to temple, it will make you humble. Why? Because when I come to temple, I see I might be a good philosophically good, but I see there are many others in the temple. They are much better than me. They can much better present the philosophy. I chant only these many rounds, but there are other devotees they chant 64 rounds. So obviously, then there is the question of proud. I'm chanting 32, but I come to temple, I see, oh, this person is chanting more than 32. Then I can cook. I'm very good cook, but so temple is a place where it brings us humility. If we try to find, genuinely find what I can learn from others, then it will give a good experience. And then when we have this, then there is no problem of surrender to Krishna. Then we see everyone is serving Krishna nicely. So let me also become. That is a great inspiration. So when devotee does whatever they do, that inspires someone else means that is helping them to connect Krishna very nicely. So with this, it's almost 8:30. I'll stop here. If anyone has any comments, any corrections, any questions, can go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, today was Sachi Mata's turn. Somehow she said she can't do it, and she told me, and that I just got very last minute notice yesterday. I didn't get time also, so I had very little time, so whatever I could able to listen and prepare, I just did it. Hare Krishna. If anyone has any on the Zoom.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very nice class.
Hare
It was
Krishna
such a
Mataji.
practical class. I love your classes when you give us
Oh,
the
thank
real
you.
examples in life. And I think that is very important for us. We can hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, but how we are going to apply in our real life and all these little, stories you have and your reaction with those people, that's very important. I just want to share one thing. Many years back, when I was in Sydney, and those days the devotees used to go to places, the houses of people who were not Krishna conscious, but they had money, like doctors and all that sort of things. And the devotees had given a set of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, like, they of course donated money for that set. And this lady, she knew that we are Krishna conscious. We used to have programs at our home. And she came, the wife of that doctor, and she says, look, I'm just cleaning up my place, and I've got a set of Bhagavatam, and I want to give it to somebody, but I don't know who to give it to. And she said, would you like to have that? And of course, I had Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam sets, and I was distributing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam books. And I said, look, you are most welcome to give me that set of Bhagavatam, but you know what actually you are doing? She said, yes. I said, you are taking Krishna out of your home. You have got Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam set, but you are welcome. You can bring. And you will be surprised. She never brought that
Okay.
Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam set back to me. So that was a practical thing which happens. So we have to be actually prepared to tell them that Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam having, even if you haven't opened a page, they never opened a page. It was brand new, but Krishna was in their home. So that was a very nice thing, that we come to learn. And another thing which I wanted to say, that we are
Yeah, I do have.
reading that
And
Hare Krishna. So I said we have got in 1842, and which gives in Bhagavad Gita, which gives the qualities of a Brahmana. And I remember then when we got the Brahman initiation, and so my Guru Maharaj told us, you must go and read that verse. And that's the one instruction he gave us. And reading that verse, I was just looking at that. How are we going to practice these things? I didn't have even one of them with me. So that is so interesting that we do have initiation, but we don't have those qualities of peacefulness, control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These things are not there, but these are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work, that the verse says. So we have to try to practice those qualities. I'm still trying. I don't know how long it will take me. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Such
Mataji.
a nice class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mukunda Kumar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for covering me today, Prabhu. And as Mataji was saying, definitely you're a natural speaker, Prabhu. You don't need any preparation or anything. It's definitely we get wisdom.
We'll take it after class, ma'am.
Definitely, Prabhu. Thank you so much, because you've gone through a lot of real life practical experiences. We really like to learn from your wisdom, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
You want to say something? No. You want to add something?
I was meditating upon this verse on our
Anubhava, realization.
that is what Ramana has so many qualities. Here the Vishal is telling 8 qualities, Bhagavad Gita, the verse that you have mentioned, 9 qualities. And the last one is Astikya, Asakti, attachment to Krishna. So we may have all the knowledge, but if we do not practice, then we do not have our Vijnana. We see in many examples, like Srila Prabhupada, he had wonderful knowledge. Keshav Kashmir Pandit, he was a Brahmin, he had knowledge. Srila Prabhupada had knowledge. So we may have perfect knowledge in the sense of realizing the absolute truth. He is a personal teacher. So even that much understanding that I am Brahman, but I am personal Brahman. That is also good enough to qualify as Brahman. But ultimate realization is that ultimate Brahman realization that lies person. And when we come to that realization, that's the perfect Brahman. But beyond that, you have that knowledge, but if you do not practice, do not anubhava. And if we do not come to the platform of astikya, that is serving the Lord, then that is where we transcend from Brahmana to Vaishnava. So knowledge is important, but putting that knowledge in practice in absolute context. And the point also made very nicely the truth. Srila Prabhupada writes so many times in book, absolute truth, absolute truth, absolute truth. So yes, the truth ends with Krishna, that is absolute truth. So truthfulness in absolute sense is understanding Lord Krishna. So also you mentioned about the devotee, 17-year-old devotee, talking about Bhagavatam. I was thinking that having knowledge is one thing, preaching is one thing, but if you do not preach by example, then children also learn from how you behave. So if we as parents have all these deviations in our life in terms of not practicing the principles of sadhana properly, we have multiple relationships, the breakups, we have multiple marriages, and so forth, and we do not adhere to the principles of Vedic culture, which is very much this Bhagavatam teaching us how what is sense control, what is the importance of sense control. So what I'm trying to highlight here is that it's a great concern. As you mentioned, that you don't see many branches. Not just Muslim, around the world. In India, it's still doing well. In many cases, but otherwise, it's very hard. So, young generation, they are giving the delusion. They have the philosophy. They lack the role model at home and also in society. So, what can we do with this challenge? So, that's why Srila one day, proper education will establish from only age of our life. Establish the system. These the principle around the world. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Very nice. As Mataji pointed out, your class has a lot of practical examples to make such easy to understand. Hare Krishna.
Shyam? Anyone else? Add something? Okay, we'll stop here. Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Go
Jai.
Premanand.
Hare
Gaur Bhaktarand ki.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare
Quick
Krishna.
darshan.
Thanks for the darshan. Yamuna.
Okay. Haribo.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
अभी आ जाऊं क्या?